What's good, y'all? We got white teens jump black guy, but they didn't expect this. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Shouts out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Let's see what it's hitting for.
The community has seen this viral fight video, and they are demanding city leaders hold the teens responsible. They believe the victim was targeted because he's black.
As a black man, the first black police chief, do you believe that this was a hate crime?
Imagine you're gonna go out with your friends and enjoy a movie. It's great to be able to do that because movies are fun, popcorn, sodas, you get my drift. You put on your nice church shoes and church socks or whatever the hell you're gonna wear that day, and you head on over there. You get out your car, lock the door, and you're about to walk in. But all of a sudden, there's a mob of people coming towards you. Now, you don't know these people, and in fact, you happen to be the black person there, and the rest of your friends are white. But the white mob is upset with your friend. You don't have anything to do with it at all. But all of a sudden, a fight breaks out. And instead of them beating up your friend, guess who they turn their attention to?
So they originally had a problem with the friend. So he didn't go by himself. He had a friend, a white friend. They had a problem with the white friend, but then they start jumping the black friend.
Have anything to do with it at all. You happen to be the black person there, and the rest of your friends are white. But the white mob is upset with your friend. You don't have anything to do with it at all. But all of a sudden, a fight breaks out.
I mean, shit, if you with them, nigga, if that's your friend, whatever, you're with them. That's how the streets go, nigga, shit.
Instead of them beating up your friend, guess who they turn their attention to?
So they stopped beating the friend.
You.
So it was a setup.
All of a sudden, you getting your ass whooped all down the street. Here, there, left, right, uppercut. For no reason. You don't even.
I take Blick in the movie theater, and I ain't going with no nigga. So shorty, I mean, they must have been looking for me in that scenario. You know what I'm saying? You better get to beating them feet, baby. Cause if they ain't much I can do for you at that point. I mean, I'm up in Blick, but you better run.
But know these damn people. Why the hell they whooping your ass?
Damn.
But of course, this got to be a bad dream because this could never happen, especially in a place like Simi Valley, California, right?
Never heard of Simi Valley. That picture
This
just
is
make
the
it
story
seem like the burbs.
Of Michael Robinson, an 18-year-old black man that happened to be out with his friends. He got attacked by a group of young men for no apparent reason. And while he was being beaten, he was being called many names. You all heard about the Cincinnati Music Festival, where a group of white people were ultimately beat up by a group of blacks, but we didn't know the
Bro, and I just reacted to a video last night, and I dropped it. It's already out. Go watch it. Of in Ohio. I think they said Riverside, Ohio. I can't remember exactly where, but I know it's Ohio. Shorty, a white woman called. They was at the cemetery. It was a shorty, her son, or a woman, white woman, her son, and another white woman. They get to call on the black women some N-words, right? Pepper spray them, and then they get beat, just like what happened at in Cincinnati downtown. It wasn't that deep though. It wasn't that many people type shit, you know. But she got her ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Just happened in Cincinnati. Or in Ohio. Ohio crazy right now.
A group of white people were ultimately beat up by a group of blacks, but we didn't know the context. The context was,
look at him pulling up his
the whites started the fight first. And when they did, well, the blacks went into overdrive. Of course, some innocent people became casualties, but that does happen in fights, even if it's wrong. But once this happened, Vice President J.D. Vance said this.
What I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person,
Is that
and
right?
it's disgusting.
He referred
lawless thugs. Wow.
to the men
Is that right?
as a group of thugs. Now, it's interesting because all the men that were arrested were black, but the white guy who started the fight
and slapped the dude first, didn't get arrested. This is street justice, bro.
Didn't get arrested. But of course, when this situation happened,
Only in America would they arrest you. Mexico, they would not arrest you for some shit like this, bro. The police ain't even coming. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even coming on the double back and doing their homework to figure out who was there. They not doing none of that.
Addison, people understood that not many people were talking about it.
4 white teenagers were arrested in Simi Valley, California for beating up on 2 black kids. It's reported that there were more people in the group, but right now it's under investigation. MAGA, where you at? Now we need you. Republicans, where you at? Because I guarantee you, you're not going to hear from the president. You're not going to hear from the VP. They're not going to be called lawless thugs. Probably not going to hear anything else about the story.
Now he's saying something that's very interesting. You're not even going to hear anything about the story. And he's calling out people saying, listen, JD Vance, you Republicans, why you guys ain't speaking up? And the reason why he's saying that is because...
Bro, there's news. The news all across the world is crazy as fuck every day, my nigga. This is really nothing, you know. And even what happened in Cincinnati, that's really nothing. I mean, you want to be real. It's worse shit happening every day. So I mean, they gonna pick and choose whatever the world runs with. Then that's what they're gonna speak on, bro. It's just that simple, bro.
At least at the Cincinnati Music Festival, the white guy started the fight. He actually slapped somebody. And then after that, there was a melee. But in this particular case, Michael Robinson didn't know who the guys were. He had nothing to do with it. He was attacked, viciously beaten. We can't even show it to you here on YouTube. And he was beat up really, really bad. But wait, there's more.
While they were jumping the 2 black kids, they also were shouting racial slurs, the N-word, and X, Y, and Z. And they are trying to find out whether they are going to charge this as a hate crime or not. It's a good thing the kids were arrested, but I guarantee you they're going to be out.
Well, damn. If they just walked up and started beating their ass like that, then yeah, that's a fucking hate crime.
They're going to hear the narrative spun to be that they were lawless thugs who were targeting anybody. What's crazy is that people love to scream America first until the Americans have a different skin tone.
He said, yeah, we're all Americans until the Americans have a different skin tone. That's right, because when the white kids are beating up on the black young man, well, you know, it was unfortunate. And they are not thugs, right?
He's right, you know.
And other blacks picked up on this.
TikTok is trying so hard to not let my videos do well when talking about this Simi Valley. I just know something's going on. People were calling the Cincinnati situation a hate crime and all this stuff, getting views, going viral, right? And it wasn't a hate crime. As soon as an actual hate crime happens, and black people are trying to talk about it and compare it to what happened in Cincinnati, no views, no nothing, no one gets any traction. What type of is that? I'm confused on how this isn't going.
Because we're going to sit here and make the biggest deal out of it every single day. I mean, yeah, you can do that, bro, but, you know, this shit happens every day, bro.
Being more viral. Are white people seeing this and just being like...
And worse happens every day.
Yeah, not interested? They're hitting not interested as soon as they see something that's an actual hate crime?
The young man says here, yeah, this is an actual hate crime. He even blames TikTok for suppressing the views for the video because, again, when it was about these whites
that's what they're gonna
getting
do.
beat up by these blacks, TikTok had all the time to go head on and promote the videos. Now that it's this young black man, he's accusing TikTok of suppressing the views, which is something I hear a lot of black creators talk about.
But at the same time, y'all gotta understand how the internet works, bro. I know how it works. It's algorithms, man. There's not enough people speaking on the topic. If everybody starts speaking on the topic like they did in Cincinnati was crazy. You know, and I seen the video here. He ain't even showing no clip or nothing of the incident. You know, so it must have been either that bad or whatever. You know, we need to find it low key and see for ourselves
on the app. But what was interesting to me was the young man's testimony to what happened to him.
I yell, I scream, somebody help me. And this whole time when they've been
that's
jumping me,
part of
I
the
haven't really
video.
been getting hit anywhere else except the back of my head and my back.
The young man says, I am asking for somebody to help me. I'm screaming, help me. And the person that was even with him didn't help him. They left him there to get beat up by himself. And
So it was a black dude or a white dude?
oh, by the way, one of the kids is actually a son
of a police officer.
Eve to me is basically freedom.
Of course.
It's a giant open universe where
Where you think he's
of a
learning it
police
from?
officer.
yeah.
Bro, it's white people out there who think they can do anything and get away with it because they're white, bro. That's literally real. They literally think because they're white, the other white people that are officers and whatever, like, if you ever just watch some body cams and like how they talk and shit like that, like they're just so confident that they're not gonna get in trouble, even when they tell on themselves.
With all the cops, cuz.
Like, shit is crazy.
We own this. I'm just kidding. Get in this car.
Ain't this car.
Now this is crazy. The son.
Yeah, man. That kid ain't never had no whooping, bro. I would never play with my dad. My dad had a motorcycle. Man, I thought my life was over when me and my partner dropped that shit. He could tell you, my nigga. We was young as hell. It took the both of us to hold that bitch up, nigga. Oh God, that's how young we was, bruh. On me, I remember I knocked that nigga motorcycle over, man, and it almost hit the ground. I thought my life was over. If I would have fucked with that nigga car in the garage every time any of my friends came over, hey man, don't fuck with that car, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with that car. Now this is a police car. Maybe he let his son do shit like that and play in it because it's cool. He wants to show him. It's just not cool. You don't know. My dad would have never let me play around, nigga. You know
Of the cop that's in the clip is actually bragging about the fact that his dad works for the police department. This is very.
Yeah, he thinks he's cool and tough. That makes you tough, bro. Do you understand that you give your dad a bad name by being out here being a dumbass? And then it's not tough. It's not cool. Because you're supposed to be leading by example. Not you don't understand that because you're a child.
Interesting. But that didn't stop the people from Simi Valley to come out in support of Mr. Mike Robinson.
They always come in groups. They're too chicken to fight by themselves.
We demand transparency and justice.
It's very
Racism
true, bro.
is an ever-present and especially
One white person won't have that energy. Let them catch you 5 deep. Let them catch you by yourself 5 deep. They'll get on your ass, bro. I believe that. But I also know some white people. You know, I don't know how they are behind closed doors though. When they not in my face, you know. But I've been hanging out. You know, I got how many white homies I got? Probably just one, I guess, like an acquaintance, friend of a friend. But I've been knowing this nigga so long. We really cool though, but we just don't. Anyways, I know a white boy that'll die. He going to war. This nigga snatched the. Ooh, let me stop.
present in the town of Simi Valley.
Let me stop.
This is a hate crime.
Just know niggas is going to war behind that too at the same time. What?
Do cultural commentary. I've started to understand the disparity in what happens to blacks in the same situation in comparisons into what happens to whites. A white person can start a fight, and depending on what the outcome is for that white person, well, then the blacks will automatically be called a thug. And that's another way for saying the N-word. But
then it's like the white people that run around saying this shit don't even understand like how you're even able to even say that. I guess how that's even able to be a stereotype is because y'all motherfuckers put black people in that situation to begin with, and you're calling them a thug. Wow. And you look at history and wonder why black people are in the hood. Get the fuck out of here.
Because they're saying
y'all niggas about dumb than a motherfucker. Swear to God, boy.
Automatically be called a thug. And that's another way for saying the N-word. But because they're saying thug, you can't really pin on them that they're saying the N-word.
But see, they don't really understand. Like they can't really like get around their racism because they don't understand, bro. How am I trying to put this, bro?
At the same time, when it's white kids beating up somebody black, the conservative media will not touch the story at all. Fox News.
Oh, definitely when it's not a police officer.
Any of these other people, Jason Whitlock, won't touch the story. Any black conservative commentator, Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, won't touch the story.
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for.
I mean, and that's what you expect to happen. But at the same time, whenever something like this happens to a white person and it's the blacks, it doesn't matter even if it's taken out of context. That means the white person can start the fight. The white person can be the aggressor. And if the blacks respond, then the blacks will get arrested. And in the case of the Cincinnati Music Festival, the white person who started the fight will not get arrested. And these are the situations and disparities in societies that cause protests and even riots. And I was around in LA when the Rodney King riot was going forth. I was there, right? And it was not nice. I believe it was like 1991, 92. The same potential thing could happen again, and we're still talking about the same thing in 2020.
Burn the whole fucking city down.
5.
Burn the whole, just like they did Black Wall Street. What's the problem? That was only 100 years ago. Wasn't that long ago. We can do it again.
A lot of blacks are just moseying on along.
Burn this bitch down.
You have a great job. You have a great career. You have access to money. And somehow that makes you equal in the system. That's what we...
Bro, y'all want to be real? I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from Tulsa. You know, I'm from Muskogee, but I'm from Tulsa, bro. Black Wall Street, I kid you not. From the train tracks is not even 2 football fields, bro. Today. Well, what's left of it type shit, you know what I mean? I mean, but you know, you still got Greenwood right there. But even the OSU, it's like from the railroad to OSU campus is cut off, bro. Like that's the end of Greenwood right there. Like that's the end of Black Wall Street. You know, you got, I think that's like a museum right before the college. It's not much, bro. You know, that's what we're holding on to. They done took over the rest of everything. and left us in the hood, right. You keep traveling north, nigga. You gonna be in the hood, nigga. You in the hood as soon as you cross that railroad and get past Greenwood type shit. Greenwood, they still classify the hood, but anyways, nigga. But then they want to complain, and all the people on the Facebook comments talk about, but y'all don't understand how they're even in this situation in the first place. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Because
take that into consideration
job
before you open your mouth and hate on a black person, bro. You know, especially in today's time. You know, because y'all wasn't back then and we wasn't back then either. I ain't talking about the 100 years. I'm talking about slavery, though.
You have a great career. You have access to money. And somehow that makes you equal in the system. That's what we want to believe. We want to believe that these prejudices are not there anymore. And the reason why we want to believe that is because through our own work ethic and our own dedication, we don't have to worry about this because opportunities are there. If I want to start a YouTube channel or a business or collaborations, then the prejudice is not there. So what are you talking about? I can work myself into whatever I want to work in. But that does not equal the ideology of racist free. It just doesn't. Look at Mr. Michael Robinson. I mean, it's probably not too many blacks in Simi Valley. He's a very well-spoken young man. Living in Simi Valley as a black person, actually quite rare. Only 1.47% of blacks live in Simi Valley
that's the birds,
at all.
Nigga.
And he's one of them, okay? It's dominated by whites and Hispanics. That just lets you know what Simi Valley is all about. And keep in mind, they do have an African-American or Black American police chief. But you still got to understand, even with those numbers,
that don't mean nothing.
You are not equal according to the law.
They only like him as long as they tell him what they want to hear. Ooh.
And they keep showing us this, and we just got to understand.
Why? See, white people only like you whenever you tell them, whenever you go against black people. Come on now, slavery should have taught us that.
And that the world is starting to show
That's the same reason why they have a nigga hunting your ass if you run away.
How it feels more and more every day. Don't conflate the fact that you're a valuable black person to a business or to an industry that they like you and want to be around you and care for you. Don't confuse the two. You'll always have, other races that can appreciate you and that can be friendly with you. But the world hasn't changed its stance on black people. We're not going to be accepted in the way that you think we are. And until you realize that, we're going to still keep getting let down when you see the disparities between...
America is forever going to have a divide, bro. I think as time goes on, it may get worse.
Us and other groups, you're always going to feel slighted. I don't feel slighted anymore. I understand this is how it is, which means that, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, blacks must come together or what? Suffer the consequences. We will indeed suffer the consequences. Whites are going to become more emboldened. They're not going to do it like they're going to become more emboldened. All right. The whites are going to continue to tell blacks more often how they feel. They're going to show their bias against blacks. Those who really don't like it, you will find it with the words like thugs. Basically not giving context to things, not being fair, not being balanced. You're going to see that at the...
That just make me think. I just always think about my neighbor, bruh, who called his daughter's baby daddy an ER to my face, bruh. I think that he didn't even like us living there. Probably didn't. This was an old white man. I mean, he's probably... I don't know how old he was, man. I don't know if he was older than my grandpa. My grandpa currently 73. He might have been older. I'm not sure. I know he was around there though. Anyways, that just goes to show like the times he grew up in, bro. Cause back in my grandpa's time, like it was bad. The racism was real. I mean, that nigga was born in like 53. You know what I'm saying? I think he was born in 53. So
same time that the whites are being unbiased, we have a lot of blacks who are trying to be biased and trying to give, whites a pass and things like that. It's not going to work. In my honest opinion, whites are feeling the pressure from immigration. They're feeling the pressure from interracial marriages, and a lot of them are doing a whole bunch of things getting more extreme, return to the land, and those projects are getting supported. Right now in politics, being favorable to extreme bases is where the world is going, especially in places like the UK, the United States, and a lot of European places. Blacks have to wake up and smell the coffee. We come together now or suffer the consequences. So guys, what do you think?
Yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you don't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Get at y'all on the next one, man, and I'm gone. TYP the 9.